Hello and welcome to a new video of mine. This is the finale for the Pendos Eyeshadows 2022 and at the same time it's the intro for Pendos Eyeshadows 2023. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. And as a disclaimer, I am always working on 6 shadows at a time. No blacks, no glitters, no duplicate shades. And my goal is to use each shade either 30 times or hit pan on it before I'm able to roll them out. And yeah, the first eyeshadow that I was working on was in this BH Blueberry Muffin palette. And this is the eyeshadow that has been in here the longest. And it was the shade called Sugar. I did use it 8 more times the last month for a total of 27. So I almost hit my further usage goal, but I did not. I am short 3 uses and I'm very annoyed about this, but at the same time I didn't want to drag out the update. I want to do it now, and yeah, so 3 more times and I would have reached my goal. But yeah, anyway, so this was the first shadow I was working on, 27 uses for now. Then the shade I did not use once was the Sydney Grace Biscotti single eyeshadow. And I did not use this because I was focusing on this one and I do use them the same way. And yeah, so I did not use this at all. So this is still at 6 uses. A shade I only used twice the last month comes out of this Saint-Tropez palette by BH Cosmetics. And it was this shade called Cap Camarade. I did use it twice, as I just mentioned, for a total of 15. So I'm also not able to roll this out. And this is an absolute stunning shade. I love this shade so much. It's just so pretty. One of the shadows I was focusing on is this Cleonat Noble shade. And I did use this 13 times the last month for a total of 25. So again, just 5 more uses and I would have reached my 30 uses goal. But I did not, so this is staying. And this one, I don't really enjoy it as much because it's a little bit too glittery for me and too impactful, like very vibrant. But yeah, the quality is super nice though with Cleonat shadows. Then for the one shade I was able to hit my goal on for the finale. It's in the Sigma Code Rosa palette. It's this shade called Damask, and I did use it 14 more times for a total of 30 times. So this is the one shade I did hit my goal on this time around. And I did use this a lot in combination with the shade from the Blueberry Muffin palette and also the one from Cleonat. I did use them together a lot, that's why they have the most amount of uses on them. And as for the last shade I was working on, it's in this Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette, which I rolled in the last month or the last update. And in here I did roll in Hexed, and I did use it 4 times the last month for a total of 4. So this is obviously staying. I did not reach my goal on this one, obviously with just 4 uses. So these were the 6 shadows I was working on the last month and the last month of this project within 2022. If you watch my videos, you know that I always roll in backup shadows, but I did not use them this month, so I'm just disregarding them right now. And yeah, let's talk about this project overall in 2022. I have written down some numbers. I looked up some numbers, how many palettes I worked on, how many eyeshadows I did hit my goal on, how many I did hit pan on, and stuff like that. So in total, if I did not miscount, there were 24 eyeshadows in here, and I had 13 palettes and 7 single shadows in here. And obviously 24 eyeshadows, I sometimes had more than one eyeshadow within one palette within this project. So yeah, 24 eyeshadows in total that I worked on. I did hit pan on only 4 of these, which isn't a lot, I know. But I recently started to almost always use my finger when applying shimmers, and then they go very, very slowly. And as you are able to see, I did have a lot of shimmers in this project. So for eyeshadow pens, but then again, I'm happy with that because I would not have hit pan on those if it wasn't for this project. So yeah, and on 15 eyeshadows, I did hit my 30 usage goal. So 4 eyeshadow pens and 15 eyeshadows where I did hit my 30 usage goal, which I'm very happy about. And I think that's already it with all the numbers and stuff I looked up from 2022. So this was my finale, and I'm going to insert the color stories within the last months within this project of 2022 now for you to see. So I hope you enjoyed these color stories. And now for the intro of 2023 Pendos eyeshadows, I decided to keep going with this one, the same as last year. And so these are the first 5 shades I'm already having in this project. Plus I have already the backup shadows, which I'm showing you now. The first one comes out of this Viseart Soleil Le Plage palette, and it was this first shade on top of here, this very pale yellow. I did not use it as I just told you. And yeah, so this is rolling in as my 6th shadow to work on. I tried building it up, but you can barely see it on the place I swatched it, but it's down here. So these are the 6 shadows I am working on from now on for the first month of 2023. And again, if you watch my videos, I am going to do the same as last year. I'm going to roll in backup shadows. So I know that I will reach my goal on the Blueberry Muffin shade, same as the Cleona shade, because I only have very few uses, I think 3 and 5 uses left on these. So I am rolling in backup shades to be able to work on them already when I rolled these 2 out. And I did already roll in 2 backup shades. The first one was this, because I already knew that I would hit my goal on the Damask shade from Code Rosa palette. And I did roll in a second one because I thought that I would hit my goal. I think I thought I would hit my goal on Noble from Cleona, but I did not do so. So I'm going to show you the first backup shade now. It's out of my Lime Crime Venus XL2 palette. And it's the second shade called Crown. So this is going to be my first backup shadow within the next month. And because, as I said, I already know that I'm going to hit my goal on 2 out of here, I'm rolling in another backup shadow. And I am doing this with a wheel of names where I have all my palettes in there. And when one palette gets chosen, I delete it out of there. So I hopefully can get through all of my palettes and have every single palette in this project at least once. And that's what I did do the last month. And now I'm going to insert the footage from me rolling in the palette. So as you saw, it was the Naked Honey palette from Urban Decay. This is a frequent flyer in my Pendos eyeshadows. This was in my Pendos eyeshadows before I did roll in also just backup shadows, where I definitely roll in just one palette and then delete it. And yeah, I did work on quite a few eyeshadows in here already. I hope you can see it like this. I did already work on Flyby, the first shade. I did already work on Swarm, Amber, Keeper, and Queen. So I did already work on 5 shadows out of here. So there are only 7 shades eligible to roll in within this palette for this project. And yeah, I'm going to choose the shade now. I have the numbers 1 to 7 written down on paper, and I'm just going to choose one paper. And it's the first shade. And the first shade I did not work on within this palette is called Sweet. It's the second shade in the palette actually. So this will be my second backup shadow. And this should be a easy color to use. Again, you can barely see both of these colors, but these are the 2 backup shades. And this is my color story. I think maybe Crown seems a little bit similar to Biscotti, but Biscotti is definitely more pigmented and more purple, whilst this is more goldeny, brownish leaning. But yes, I don't have an issue rolling in these two shades after with this color story, because I am not rolling in duplicates. So if I would have gotten a shade that's too similar to one of these, I would not have rolled it in. And yeah, so that's basically it for my intro for 2023. This is the color story I'm going to work on from now on, and these are my two backup shadows that I'm going to roll in when I reached my goal on 2 shades in here. And again, my goal will also be using each shade 30 times or hit pan on it, the same as last year, because I am quite content with this project in my opinion. I do like my goals, I do like the 30 usage goals, and the way I'm rolling in the backup shades and then additional shades, which I did not do so today, but maybe you will see it the next update. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the finale and the intro, and if so, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And obviously, if you're doing this project, please let me know. I'm going to check it out. But yeah, that's it, and I hope you're doing fine, and I wish you a very, very nice day. Bye!